Hey everybody, it's Herc Magnus here, and I want to shoot this video to go over Bitclub Network. I've been involved with the company since January 27th, so very early in this year. And what had happened is I actually joined Bitclub Network, and then after my mining started kicking in, I took 3 days of earnings and I created this spreadsheet with projections of what I thought was possible to do with Bitclub Network, which was honestly a little bit irresponsible of me because 3 days is just not enough time to look at averages of 1,000-day contract, which is what you would purchase, the length of the mining contract that you would purchase with a company like Bitclub Network. So what I did, it's now September 3rd, okay, I've been mining for 171 days with Bitclub Network. So I wanted to shoot a new video just to really show some true calculations of what's happening with Bitclub Network. So I posted this on my blog, How to Make Money with Bitcoin, back a while ago, but now I'm here on September 3rd to shoot the new video. So let's just get right into this. Okay, so here it is, guys. What you can see is that here what I've done is I went into my Bitclub Network account. So I'll go into it. You can see it right here. And I went into my wallet basically. Okay, and I literally copy and pasted every entry, every wallet transaction that they have. And you can see right here, these pool transactions are receiving mining earnings daily, basically, as promised at daily. So I went and downloaded every one of these. I copied them all page by page. You can see all 50 pages of this stuff. I copied it all into a notepad, and then I cleaned it all up and put it into a spreadsheet. And this is this spreadsheet. And what the spreadsheet amounts to is my payouts dating back from, you can see here, March 16th. Because they actually didn't give us daily payout information prior to March 16th. So I went back as far as I could, which was to March 16th. And I took that all the way to today, which is September 3rd. And you can see these are the dates and these are the daily payout amounts for every day for the last 171 days inside of Bitclub Network. So when I look at all this, what I did is I added up the sum for each of the months. You can see here's basically March, April, May, June, July, August, and then September. I added up the entire sum that was mined into my wallet, okay, for each of those months. And when I say mined into my wallet, what I mean is those Bitcoin profits were sent to my Bitclub wallet, and I was able to withdraw those and use them at any point in time that I wanted. I could buy things with Bitcoin, I could put them into my blockchain wallet, or I can send them into Poloniex for a trading account, buy ICOs, whatever I wanted, okay? These are the mining earnings that were paid out to me. Now, the only other thing that I didn't account for, of course, is that each time you withdraw from Bitclub Network, there is a small fee for that. I believe it was 0.002 Bitcoin, which percentage-wise, I'm not sure what that is. But as Bitcoin increases in price, 0.002 Bitcoin is becoming more expensive to withdraw. But I didn't account for that. So you can see here's the Bitcoin sum for each month, and then here's the US dollar sum based on the Bitcoin price today, September 3rd, which is about 4,580 US dollars, which, by the way, is crazy. Because in the initial video that I shot back in February, I think this post was made early February, I even talked about, how some people were saying, Bitcoin could do crazy things like be at $5,000 within the next 2 or 3 years. And it's funny because it didn't even take a year and we came $20 short. So just a side note, Bitcoin was as explosive as a cryptocurrency as I thought it would be. Let's get back to the mining pool, however. So here you can see the amounts that I mined based on today's value of Bitcoin, but the more important numbers are the actual Bitcoin sums that I mined, as well as the daily average, because we need to start breaking numbers down to see how much money and what kind of valuation Bitclub Network really has. So we need daily averages over a long term, and that's what I did. So the total amount that I mined into my wallet was 0.491115, okay? And if I divide that by 171 days, which is my contract length, you can see that right here, 171, where my mouse is. My actual daily average Bitcoin payout from this account is 0.0028722331. So now that I have a much more realistic number that has a lot of data behind it, rather than 3 days, I'm at 171 days. I went ahead and plugged it back into my old spreadsheet from the first video that I posted. And if you haven't watched that first video, I think you should. It'll help you a little bit understand why I got involved in Bitclub Network and what I was excited about. But I've added a little bit more to it. So let's just talk about this. So I basically bought 3 accounts with Bitclub Network, and each one cost me $3,500. That was called a founder's pool. Okay, so if I go to my welcome side of Bitclub Network, you can see we had a few options when joining. I could have bought pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, or I could have bought all 3 pools as a founder's pool for $3,500 US, and that's what I did. I opened 3 accounts and bought one of each of these founders pools in each of the 3 accounts. So my founder's investment was $3,500 USD, and at the time of joining, that cost me 3.81 Bitcoin to buy that, which is the value of Bitcoin at the time I joined was about $918. Now, some interesting things to note. The value of Bitcoin today is now $4,576. So if I would have taken that 3.81 Bitcoin and instead of putting it into Bitclub Network, I kept it, my value would have been $17,446 today. And immediately I'm sure you're thinking, oh my God, you made a huge mistake, but there's more to look at here. We really have to look at things in detail. Remember, each contract that I bought is 1,000 days, okay? And we're only looking at the data of 171 of those days. So basically all I have to do, my days mining is 171. My total mined is 0.4915, which means my daily Bitcoin payout is 0.00287. And that's basically the same numbers that I got from here, okay? So we have to look at the daily payout and then multiply it by 1,000 days. So what we did here is I created this little spreadsheet. Year 1 has 365 days in it. Year 2 has an additional 365 days in it. And then the remainder of the contract in year 3 only lasts for 270 days. These 3 numbers add up to the 1,000 day contract that I purchased, okay? So now, if after 171 days, I have some solid data that I'm mining 0.002 Bitcoin or 0.028 Bitcoin per day, I can now more accurately predict what I'm gonna make over the 1,000 day contract. So basically that's this right here, this mining projection. Okay, and it's based on today's Bitcoin value, so that could obviously go up or down, but based on today's value, my projected mined Bitcoin in the first year or the first 365 days is going to be just over 1 Bitcoin. Okay, after year 2, after an additional 365 days in year 2, I should have mined out about 2.09 Bitcoin, and then in the final year, which is another additional 270 days, I'll have 2.87 Bitcoins in total. Now, here's where I start simplifying things after looking at all the data. My investment was 3.81 Bitcoins. And after 1,000 days of mining, my return is going to be about 2.87, which is almost a full Bitcoin less than my investment. And when I first saw that, it was like, this is a total loss. I'm totally losing money with Bitcoin. But then what I realized was this was only what was mined into my wallet. And once again, remember, meaning that I could access that Bitcoin. I could use it, invest with it, do whatever I want. But I also know that Bitclub Network, these mining pools had what was called a mandatory repurchase. And I bought a founder's pool, which is one of each of these pools. So pool 1, 50% of your profits go back into buying more mining shares, meaning you get another 1,000 day contract on a small payout. So for instance, to make easy math, if I mine 0.002 Bitcoins, okay, half of the Bitcoin goes into my wallet, the other half buys a small piece of share that mines for an additional 1,000 days, okay? Pool 2 has a 40% repurchase and pool 3 has a 30% repurchase. Now, I didn't really account for, the daily repurchase amounts and stuff like that. I just kind of totaled it up and looked at it all because really, the average of 50, 40, and 30 runs around 40% or 50%. So if we look at the mining pool projection, total mined in my wallet was actually 0.491 Bitcoin. Total mined into repurchasing more shares that I buy additional 1,000 day contracts on is actually 0.51. And you can actually see those numbers right here where it says my mining earnings are 1 Bitcoin. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't get a Bitcoin, but when you click on your mining earnings, you can get a little bit more data. Okay, and you can see it right here. Here's the total amount earned. Here's the total amount paid out to my wallet. And here's the total amount paid back into repurchases of pool 1, 2, and 3, 0.521. So, really when it looks like what I'm going to get paid as an investment back into my wallet after 3 years is a little bit less, than the 3.8 that I initially invested. Over time, I will recoup the entire 3.81 Bitcoin, and I will start eventually making money. But the sad part is that I have to wait well over 1,000 days to finally see that actually happening. And we can basically do it like this. If it's going to take me 1,000 days to earn, around basically, what was it? Here we go. Okay. 2.87 Bitcoins is what I'm going to basically mine after 1,000 days. Okay. It's going to take me a while to get back to my 3.81 Bitcoin. So it basically, if we do the math like this, okay, how many days will it take me to mine 3.81 Bitcoins if I'm being paid this many per day? It's pretty simple. So we would do 3.81205,481 and divide it by the amount of Bitcoins we're earning per day, which is 0.002872231. Okay, it's going to take approximately 1,327 days. Now, how many years is that? We divide that by 365. Okay, and that's 3.63 years. I have to wait from the date I joined, it's going to take me 3.63 years to make my initial 3.8 Bitcoin investment back. 3.6 years. Okay, 3.5 years to make that investment back. Now, what's going to happen at that time? All this extra Bitcoin, almost the same amount, is going to continue to pay me. So after 3.5 years, yes, I'm going to start making finally actual money. I'll have recouped my investment in 3.5 years. Then I'll start making money, and who knows, what the Bitcoin price could be by then. But is this a good scenario? You know what I mean? Is this what I would have chosen for myself had I would have known this? Probably not, to be fully honest with you, because I'm locking up my investment for 3.5 years to see a return. And in 3.5 years, I could have taken that money and done other things with it, maybe found other investment opportunities that pay out a lot faster or more profitable or anything like that. So at this point, my true recommendation with Bitclub Network is really, I don't recommend joining it. Okay. I made a couple mistakes when I joined. Number one, I should have never joined the founders pool because the repurchases are what are killing me. If we go back into Bitclub Network and you look at the different pools that you can buy, there was pool 1, pool 2, and pool 3, as well as the founders pool. I bought this one, which is one of each of these. But the thing that I don't like is these repurchases. These are what is making it take so long to recoup your investment. Now, the way to slow that down or to speed up your investment break-even point time would be to only buy pool 3, okay? Because it's only forcing a 30% repurchase, meaning you get paid 70% of your mining earnings. You can recoup a lot faster that way. But I had to average everything out because I bought the founders pool. I did get some bonuses and stuff for that, like things like Club Coin and stuff like that. But was it worth it to me? No, to be honest, absolutely not. I could have made a lot more money with other programs like USI Tech. I've made a huge fortune with that one in a lot less time. It takes a lot less time to recoup your money with USI Tech. So my recommendation as far as Bitclub Network goes after 171 days of mining is actually a no. I'm not saying I won't make a profit with it. I do think I will. I'm just facing risk with it. The company has to stay around for 3.5 years from January. So I have another 2.5 years to go, or just around there, before I'll actually see a break-even point. So if the company falls apart or dissolves or anything like that, I lose that investment. So it's too long of a period for me to be comfortable with. The other thing that happened with Bitclub Network that's important to note, and this could change, is that Bitclub Network's promise was that, as people are joining, we're going to be buying more mining equipment. And with more mining equipment, we obviously mine more Bitcoins, and then everybody makes more profit. But that's not what happened. What ended up happening is that so many people joined Bitclub Network so fast that people were coming in faster, buying up shares of existing infrastructure, which diluted the pools down. And they did combat it somewhat. You can see, if you look at the USD sums that I've made each month, okay, let's do full months. April was basically, my BT sum was almost a tenth of a Bitcoin, so 0.905. This one I finally did get a tenth of a Bitcoin, then it dropped down to 0.08, then it dropped down to 0.06. And then they finally added more mining to 0.08 and then to 0.08. So it's kind of fluctuating. They're combating the amount of people that are joining with the amount of mining power that they have to be able to effectively pay people out in those shares. So that could improve in Bitclub Network. I'm not going to lie about that. It could get back up there. So there's a lot of things that could happen or should happen that could help, with this investment. But ultimately, when I look at it after 171 days, I'm just no longer able to tell people I recommend you join Bitclub Network, even though I still know, I'm still fairly confident that I am going to make a profit in it. It's just because I feel I could take that same investment, put it somewhere else, not have to have it locked up for so long to recoup my investment. I can buy ICOs, I could join USI Tech, which I'm once again very, very happy with. I could, just let it sit there if I wanted to. I could trade it. I just feel like I could make money a lot faster than Bitclub Network could make money for me. So that's my recommendation, guys, on this. I did want to follow up with that. If things change over the next, 170 days or over the year, I will shoot other videos. I am locked into these 1,000-day contracts, plus the repurchase contracts, which will extend that well beyond 1,000 days. So I will shoot another video maybe in a few months just to keep you guys abreast of this situation. But hopefully you guys like my blog. Hopefully you like this content. If you do, sign up to my Facebook page here, and you can actually get on my list. It's not just about Bitclub Network, but if you sign up right here on this Bitclub Network review page, you can get on my list, and I'll send you guys more information about other things that I do with Bitcoin. If you want to check out USI Tech, you can go ahead and click on this link. Once again, I shot a video there. I did this as a projection once again, but I've been in USI Tech for a long time now, so I'm actually going to shoot another very detailed video, as detailed as this one, showing what the actual payouts and stuff like that are. They've been fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. I've been in with them since March, you can see, and it's September, and I've just made absolutely a killing with these USI Tech. So you can check this one out as well, but watch this page because I am going to shoot another video like this one to update with USI Tech. And hopefully you like the blog, you like the information, and if you want to hit me up on Facebook, you could just click on my name here and you'll be able to hit me up on Facebook and add me and ask me questions or anything like that. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I will talk to you soon.